in the States, actually.
It will be. So both Scrism and Beeston trying to book their flights to Orlando. Fate and Dean, they've had some international experience. I know Dean was at COD Champs last year. He'll be looking for his second one, but let's take a look at their opposition. It's going to be Validate here. The Validate brothers, kind of, from last event. As you can see, Perko, Gaija, Maka, and Flares. It's a very, very good lineup. So, I mean, initial thoughts, they've got such a good S&D player in Maka. S&D, for me, at least, has to be theirs in terms of his quality. And as you said, Empyre, they're very good at slaying. S&D is not really a slaying game mode. You want to use that teamwork. So.
Yeah. If they're going to win maps, I feel like it's going to be the two S&Ds and possibly the uplink, because I feel like the hardpoint game of Empyre is so strong, and it's going to be hard for, even any team this weekend, take hard points off this team when they're firing.
Well, it's going to be a tough ask if they are to get hard points. But yeah, that uplink, that could be the catalyst for a Validate win here. We'll see whether or not Empyre's going to be able to take it out in every single one of the respawn game modes. They did have a very close couple of search and destroys yesterday. Took to the wire a little bit at some points, but that's something to work on. We've still got another month or so until COD Champ, so if they do make it through, then that will be probably what they'll be working on. And we've seen teams go from having S&D as their weakest game mode to having S&D as their strongest game mode. Luminosity is a great example.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect example there. S&D is probably world class right now, probably the top of the spear, I guess.
Yeah.
And everyone, seems to try to be catching up, but, it's going to be really interesting come COD Champs.
Well, we'll have to see if Empyre can manage that going into the rest of today. They're going to have a monster task of getting through the lower bracket towards the end of the day. I mean, they're going to come up against some of the best teams in the region, Mindfreak Black, Tainted Minds as well. But before we get into this series, we're going to head to a quick little interview with Ben on the stage.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I am up here with Gaija and Dean. Dean, I'm going to start with you, man. Firstly, you guys got very, very close yesterday. You took on Tainted Minds. It came down to 3-2, and to be fair, it could have gone the other way. When I had a chat to Hopi yesterday, he said that he felt there were 3 teams in here that were all together, being Mindfreak Black, Tainted Minds, and you guys. Do you feel that you're at that level? And talk to me about your game up against TM.
Yeah, I feel like we're at that level, but our S&D sometimes lacks, which we need to work on. But if we win them, we should win the series. There shouldn't be an excuse.
You guys won one of those S&Ds yesterday, right, against TM. The second one, you picked it up. So what's the difference between the first one and the second one where you lost?
I think we just called the wrong stuff in the wrong situation, and then they obviously got good timing and did the right plays in the right time.
Fair enough. Gaija, man, you guys are coming through. You're in a pretty good spot at the moment. Obviously, you'd probably prefer to be in that upper bracket right now, but across time, obviously, you're going to get dropped down eventually. So you're very close. Only a couple more games to go, potentially, and you make your way through to COD Champs. Firstly, did you think that you would get this far, and how are you feeling about this matchup?
Personally, I mean, to be honest, we thought we'd get to about this area. We're still working match by match through the loser bracket, taking it game by game, but this is kind of comfortable where we are, so yeah.
How are you feeling heading up against these guys? Obviously, as I was just saying to Dean, they played pretty well up against a team like Tainted Minds, who most people would consider as one of the top teams here this weekend. It's a pretty difficult matchup, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, we saw them play really well yesterday, so I think for us it's just a matter of us matching their slaying power, and if we can do that, then it's probably our best shot, but yeah.
We'll see how you guys have to go. I might invite you, gents, to shake hands. Come on. There we go. We got there in the end. Good luck, gentlemen. Let's throw it back over to the desk. This is an elimination match. The winner of this progresses through the lower bracket. The loser is out. It's going to be very, very close. Let's get back into the action.
You're not wrong there, Ben. It is a loser's match, and whoever loses goes home. They're going to go packing, or maybe go to the casino and drown their sorrows in a bit of gambling, but who knows?
Yeah, maybe a bit of gambling, maybe a bit of something else. Who knows? They might have a bit of fun, catching up with a lot of old friends that are here today. There's a lot of teams here, obviously, and people knocked out now, and the crowd supporting their friends. So, really good environment. And let's see who makes it to COD Champs.
Well, that is basically the point. That's the reason we're here, guys. Who can make it to COD Champs from the APAC region? There's 2 spots available if you guys haven't already checked that out. We're going to have a quick little overview of the series coming up, though. It is Empyre up against Validate, starting us off with a Scorch Hardpoint, moving on to Retaliation, Search and Destroy, and then a Frost Uplink. and if need be, throw back hardpoint and Crusher, search and destroy. Now, look, I got to be honest with you, those two hardpoints have to be definitely, without a doubt, in favor to Empyre naked, but you know, that retaliation, search and destroy, if they're able to go 1-1 map count here, Validate, that could spell for a little bit of issues.
Yeah, I definitely feel like if Validate can steal the first hard point, they very potentially can take this in a 3-0 fashion if they don't, you know, they kind of steamroll. I feel like Empyre is one of those teams that plays off momentum, and when they're down, they don't seem very, seem very able to sort of bring it back to, you know, their potential. So if they really want a chance to, you know, make it over to COD Champs, they're going to have to start to be really dominant in this match here. They're going to want a 3-0. They're going to want to keep going through, and then obviously going to end up hopefully versing the winner of, you know, Tainted Minds, the loser of the Tainted Minds Mindfreak match, and go through to that and make it through. Yeah, I mean, like, let's sort of speculate here. So just saying that Empyre do make it to that losers bracket final. Who do you think that they are most likely to go up against out of TM and MF? Without bias. I don't want to make a statement. I mean, I thought Mindfreak Black were very impressive yesterday, and I thought, you know, obviously Tainted managed to get through 3-2, but in saying that, Throne might be Empyre might be a different level of competition to what Taboo were, so I'm not really sure yet. We don't see where either of these teams sit up until that winner bracket final.
Well, of course, Mindfreak, it's going to be a very important match for them to win against Tainted Minds. If they're able to do that, they book their spot to chance. Not just that, they solidify the fact that they are the second best team in the region, at least at this point. Tainted Minds, they'll be looking to hold on to that title to an extent. Of course, they had a disappointing CWL Sydney 2 with Scrism instead of Excite, but they'll be looking to go the extra mile today. Let's see if they can't be Mindfreak's toughest match as of yet, or maybe it is Empyre. Who knows? You know, sometimes teams, they have one team that's their specific catalyst for loss. It could be anyone who's still left in this competition. We never know, but as you can see, validating your team, getting ready to go. I just want to talk about the way that Gydra plays, man. He pushes his monitor about as far back on the desk as he can go, and then he pushes his seat about as far back on the stage he can go, and then leans in. I don't understand that. How do you play so far away from your monitor?
I'm not sure. I used to be pretty much like my face into the monitor. I used to always, I said this yesterday, I used to drag them forward, and, you know, the cords would be, you know, cable tied together, and I'd start pulling things, and seeing things would start disconnecting, and I'm pretty sure, you know, some of the admins weren't very happy with that at times, but I needed it there. It needs to be this close. I need as much like distance as I can get to things. Yeah, well, look, I'm the same. Whenever I play games, no matter what game it is, I just like to be, you know, within a reasonable 30 centimeter, 40 centimeter distance from the monitor. We should just get bigger monitors.
I like to be in the moment. Oh, yeah, but then people get unhappy. Yeah, let's play on the big screen. That sounds like a plan. I don't know, man. I don't like playing couch games though. I don't like playing from my couch. Even like casual games, sports games or anything, I like being up close and personal with my monitor. But here we go, Rig Draft is underway. It's going to be Scorch, Hardpoint starting us off. Nothing really out of the ordinary here. We're just seeing whether or not Fate is going to select a Centurion or not. Likelihood he will.
He's making it, you know, very, very dramatic here.
The suspense is killing me, man. There we go. It comes out in the end. So the Striker, Centurion for both. We haven't seen any of the grab warp thing. No, like what the hell is that?
We see it, I'm pretty sure we saw it last.
We saw it at Sydney 2, and that was the best specialist to ever come out of this game. I swear to God. I can't remember who did it.
I don't think he got many kills either. No, got like one, and it was like in a pointless
legitimately
situation.
One.
But it was cool.
Hey, it was a fancy little thing. It's a fancy freak in nature, that gravity vortex gun. But, you know, the meta of payloads in this game has been consistent throughout pretty much its entirety. A couple of issues at the start of the game where we saw the skinny robot being a little bit of an issue.
I think we saw that at was it the finals? Or was it at MLG Anaheim where they were using, all of them were using the dog robot thing and they were all fighting? They had the All-Star game?
That was the All-Star game, yeah.
Yeah,
they were literally all using the dog robot weird payload thing. I don't understand what that is. But, you know, we started off with that being a little bit of an awkward payload to utilize, or rig at least, however you want to describe it. Oh, that is some Inception and a half. But yeah, now it's sort of the meta's leveled out. The only thing that's really changed in the last 3 to 4 months has been Shockwave after it got nerfed, after its initial buff that was so overpowered. It's pretty much become irrelevant now. Players opting more often than not to go for the rear guard when they do use the Phantoms. So more or less a consistent meta throughout the whole game's entirety. And not many out of the ordinary rig selections. Sometimes people pull out Warfighters. I've seen Clayster do that a little bit. They're or the Claw specifically, sorry. Very, very good payload when you get it, but it's that hard to get. It's not freaking worth it, man. So you have to be a god, pretty much.
I think the start of this game, is going to tell about the next rest of the game. The start of the game will lead, and I think whatever team, builds up their momentum will follow. If Empyre play from the start, I can't see them being beaten. But if Validate do take a lead, and, they can probably get that drill hard point, then we have game on.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Heading into the series, Empyre, Validate, off the rip. We're starting it off with Beaston here, as he's going to be an aggressive SMG player, always has been. He loves that role, and he's going to be able to get the first kill of the game. A headshot onto Perko. A little bit awkward here in the corner. Knows there's a couple of Validate players around the corner. He's going to push it anyway, but Maka, he's going to come through for a two-piece to start us off, and very scrappy right off the rip.
Yeah, definitely very scrappy. Maka does pick up 3 kills, but no hill time yet, and finally does get taken down. Dean cleaning up the rest of the kills there. They've got an early lead here of 20 points. Validate are on the better spawns right now, so, if they hold them, they might be able to get this back at the drill hard point, but it's way too early in the piece to sort of just play for drill right now.
Beaston, he wasn't a 3-kill streak, working his way towards his payload early. Dean, yet to find a kill, yet to be killed, and as soon as I say that, I give him the caster curse, and he dies. Anyway, Scrism and Fate still on the hard point. Fate staying alive, getting the clean-up kill onto Flares, but the rotation is in effect for Validate. They've got the good spawns. I'm going to be looking at Beaston to find his way into these spawns. He's coming behind a player, but he got flanked. He got outflanked by Gydra. So a good, solid positioning from Gydra. He's going to push in a very clean kill onto Dean. One more pushing him right now, and he's going to find that too. Maybe even a third here. Try not to fall off the map. That could be a little bit awkward. But now, Empyre, they're going to have to recoup before they push onto this hard point. Yeah,
very good movement there from Gydra. He got 2, very well positioned kills, against people in cover and whatnot. Holding off here, trying to claw back all the points they lost from that first hard point, and doing a very good job while Gydra's close to building up on, those higher level score streaks.
275 away from that Trinity Rocket. He's going to push out with a Scarab anyway for a little bit of information. That's going to be taken down before he finds anything. And he's still alive on the hard point. In the background, Flares with the 2-piece. Empyre, they're being completely locked out of this hard point. Validate, impressing so far. They're just not relenting. They're not letting up here. Perko not able to get that spawn kill that he so desired. Flares, he's going to try and follow up, but Beaston from behind, being a sneaky little devil, is going to do enough work to shut that down. And now Hangar Operation is complete control of Empyre.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Both hard points, the other team completely shut the other team out, basically, and, managed to grab away with all the points. Empire's starting off well, grabbing this on back and starting to claw back all that deficit that they managed to accumulate in the last hard point, while a few kills are being traded around the back for spawns.
I feel like at this point, pretty much every kill that I've been able to catch on camera has been from behind. I don't know what it is, but everyone's on a carry grind. They're all flanking, doing their hardest. But here we go. Dean, he's holding this one down. Empyre have been able to break into this one and hold it, or rather hold it off the rip, really. Validate not being able to get a foot in, but it doesn't really matter with 20 seconds remaining. Validate might want to look at sending a player towards the next hard point. Flares last alive near the current hill though, and he's going to be able to get the kill. And a little bit of scrap time here, around 10 seconds. But Empyre, they're setting up early onto the drill hard point here. Beaston playing aggressive as usual. He's going to come around the corner. One more player in drill control. Can get that kill as well with the hip fire. And that's going to shut down Validate's initial push. But he might be able to get a third. Beaston going on a tear. And the fourth won't happen there. But it doesn't matter because Dean and Scrism are ready and waiting.
Yeah, I was very curious to why Flares would push it with about 10 seconds to go. I mean, you do get 10. It takes away 10 from them. So it's a 20-point trade. But you watch where his team spawned. They spawned so far deep that basically as soon as Empyre got killed or got kills on the hard point, they were already ready for this next one. They managed to claw that 30 seconds back.
It's going to be Empyre still holding on strong. Maka with the 2-piece isn't enough. Fate says, sorry guys, but I'm here still as well. Beaston, he's got a Scarab out from the hard point. Not going to be able to do anything with it. And that's going to be Fate coming in with another 2-piece. Very good hold from him, working his way towards a second Scarab. He's got one in the bag, looking for the second one. 9 seconds remaining though. We're heading back into the middle of the map now, and it's Empyre. You need to rotate. It's going to be Scrism going for a bit of a flank. He does find Maka at least, but he's going to get contested around the corner again. Perko gets deleted off the map. Maybe one more to deal with if he's not too careful. Got to watch his back. Gydra is going to find Fate, who was backing him up here. Scrism, shaky shots there. It's going to shut that one down, but it's going to be Empyre who really need to step it up and hold on to this hard point. Don't allow Validate back into this game. They are ahead by a considerable margin here, about 60 points, Empyre. But Validate, they can quickly claim that back if Empyre don't do enough on this hard point.
Yeah, Beaston's really been the difference for Empyre here. I feel like, that massive slaying margin that he's put on for his team has been a real big difference, because Validate aren't doing too bad overall, besides, Flair's getting a few less kills and deaths. They're not doing a bad job considering, how well Beaston is doing right now.
Yeah, Beaston's going off, man. 18 for 11. Make that 19. The man, he's on a mission. He's going to try and secure that champ spot. He wants champs badly. Fate is going to team kill Scrism. It doesn't matter because Scrism got a 2-piece to shut down Validate. So that is going to be all in their favor. But Beaston, he's got to be careful with his back. Smart heads-up play there to find the first kill. Stay alive. One more to deal with here as he's fighting for control. Maybe one more again. And there we go. The 3-piece from Beaston's going to shut down the Validate push. A very solid hold from him in the Turbine control room. And that is going to give Empyre a lot of solid time on this hard point.
Yeah, definitely. They're starting to build a bit of a lead here up. And, if they keep holding it, if they can maintain the rest of this drill, they only need one more hard point and they can take it away. Beaston's now improved those stats again. He's 23 and 11 on a 5 streak. Close to beating up this streak. So we're pretty much, top off how this game has started. It's been pretty much all Beaston with the rest of the guys. Picking up their slack, but, not doing anything amazing as much as he is.
It's the Beaston show right here, right now. Miles, I think you need to get him onto screenplay, as he's going to be holding down the fort like an absolute tank, shooting bodies. He knows he's on a tear, almost about to get that Trinity Rocket and potentially get fully streaked out. Only 100 points away. That's 1 kill, guys. It's not very far. But meanwhile, we've got to look over to the next hard point where it's going to be Fate and Dean pushing in for initial control for Empyre. They're late to rotate here, but they both combine for a kill. Flares is going to pick up Dean. Scrism comes in from behind to clean that up as well. And Empyre instantly breaks straight into this one. Beaston now finally getting dropped by Gydra, so that's going to end that streak. But Fate, he's on a 3 streak of his own. He's working his way up towards that Centurion. And of course, his Scarab initially here off the rib Macca. He's going to fall to his death off the map. And that's going to allow Empyre control here, only 30 seconds away from taking the victory.
Yeah, if they can hold this out with no contesting from the Validate squad, they'll end it on this hard point now, which I'm sure they want to do. They don't want to risk, another rotation. They do have a very comfortable lead, but, they probably just want to end this now and, move on to the next map and get their weekend faster, closer to getting the champs.
Beaston continuing on a tear. Finally getting shut down there, but I can hear him from the other side of the stage. He is loud, Scrism is proud, and Dean's doing Dean things. He's, once again, the old reliable Volvo here in this match. He's just so consistent, and there we have it. 100-point club Validate. How does it feel? You're going up against an Empyre squad with unrelenting pressure. 250 to 90 is the final score. So there we have it. Empyre 1-0 up in the series. As you said, a very slay-heavy squad. And it just showed that Beaston was on another level.
Yeah, definitely. It was above and beyond the rest of his teammates at least. But, there was a fairly comfortable game on their behalf, besides that one drill hard point. If they didn't get that, that money, 55, 50, 60 points or whatever, that game was pretty embarrassing. Otherwise, it would have been like 250 to 30.
Well, there we have it. You can see Dean and his squad, Fate, looking pretty happy with themselves, and you got to be after that performance. Here are a few highlights for you, Macca, with some 2-pieces, but Beaston, man, you cannot give him any more respect for that performance. He went 26 and 13. The next best on his team had 19 kills, so that's a pretty impressive scoreline.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, on the other side, I think Flair's had a pretty bad game for his standard, I guess. He's probably one of the better slayers on that team, and 9 to 21, and obviously, you saw Beaston shooting his body after he outshot him a few times, so obviously kind of knew, I've been gunning this guy all game and I'm going to give it to him now. And it probably won't help Flair's morale going into the next game.
No, 100%.